Yo, yo, what am I doing here? Uh, I don't know how to get out. Oh, there's a camera right in front of me. I gotta make a YouTube video. Well, let's get started on something. Oh, okay, I got an idea. So we all know that music is pretty much essential to living, right? Right? Okay, that was a bit of a stretch, but music is really become a part of our lives. I mean, it can make you feel happy, make you feel sad, make you feel good, make you feel great, whatever, yada yada, blah blah. But I don't think people talk enough about album covers. In the music business and in the world, there are so many different album covers to see and so many different album covers to decipher and just simply like. This is due to the fact that album covers always have an interesting factor. The best case of this, which we will talk about later on in the video, actually, what the entire video is based on about, are these three covers: the Chromacopia album cover, the To Pimp a Butterfly album cover, and my favorite one, I'm sorry Tyler and Kendrick fans, Donuts by Jay Dilla. These album covers may look unorthodox, but they really invite you to what the music has to offer. Okay, now that the neo-national.
Press a friend, and I'm a single parent. I got bills to pay. I'm not trying.
Okay, so with this album cover, it would not be weird to say that this album cover is different from all the other covers that Tyler has done throughout his career. I mean, like, bro, come on. It's in black and white. Black and white? This dude would be able to slap just a simple rainbow on one of his albums, and we wouldn't even bat an eye because his aesthetic is all about color. But the black and white, not only is it kind of weird, it gives off suspicions. Why is it in black and white? Why is Tyler wearing a face mask? Why is his hair so weird? While it's unknown about the hair, the mask, and the color, I'll elaborate on. Let's talk about the color first. The character that Tyler is portraying by wearing the mask is called Saint Chroma. He is the conductor of color. Without him, well, there would be no color. And Tyler cosplays this character of sorts in a stylish way and in his own manner. But the mask, however, I'll let him explain.
I know this new album is a little different, but this is the first album where like everything I said is true. And I say that in the sense of it's no exaggeration. It's like it's so honest that I think I had to wear a mask of my own face to get some of that out.
So based off of what Tyler says, this album is like one of his most personal ones, and we can really tell from songs like I Hope You Take Your Mask Off, Hey Jane, Judge Judy, Tomorrow. All of these songs are really like the peak of Tyler's maturity in not only art but in his personal life. And the black and white really represents that. Also, I Killed You could also represent Tyler's sudden change in hair. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and if I remember correctly, the hair is supposed to represent certain Nigerian cultures and certain Nigerian traits that represent the behaviors of their land, which is really cool to me and really cool to see Tyler do. So, let's move on to the next album, shall we?
This feeling is unmatched. This feeling is brought to you by adrenaline.
Whether you're a new Kendrick fan or an old Kendrick fan, surely you must have heard this album, To Pimp a Butterfly, and it's for good reason. But I'm not here to really talk much about the music, but the album cover, of course. You see, the reason why it's so important to me and should be important to all of you is the fact that it showcases him hanging out with his people with his elevated status. And this is really shown with the White House or the Capitol building in the background with the judge being dead. Knowing Kendrick's roots, no other black man from Compton would be able to do this, so it really shows his wealth and status while also being a positive outlet for people who didn't make it out his hood. This also sets the tone for the jazz-inspired, blues-inspired, even rock and R&B inspired album, due to his part of Compton being mostly recognized for its funk and soul, in terms of music area, of course. But the thing that's really brilliant to me is the fact that it shows Kendrick hanging out with all his homies, but in more of like a degenerate style. We have no choice but to pay attention to the album cover because of the final song, which is called Mortal Man. This includes the poem, which I like to call Mortal Man poem because it is associated with the song, which ends with Kendrick simply stating that he doesn't know if he's a mortal man or another person in Compton. In other words, the men with dark complexion and the derogatory term turned into a friendly term. This ties back into the first line of the poem, I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. This shows Kendrick's wild side, which is perfectly seen on the album cover. And now for our final reason on why album covers matter, we have
Let's go!
This album, by far, is the saddest, and this album cover doubles that. You see, James DeWitt Yancey, better known as JD, or better known as J Dilla, has always had a passion for music. He's loved it ever since a child, and his mother said ever since he was a baby, he had perfect pitch. He utilized this perfect pitch to work with the likes of A Tribe Called Quest, Erykah Badu, the Soulquarians, Common, you name it. All was going well until 2002, where J Dilla was diagnosed with TTP. I am not going to pronounce the full pronunciation or whatever. But later on, his mom and him found out that he had been misdiagnosed and his condition was actually lupus. From there, his condition got worse, so much so that he had to be in constant dialysis and his fingers swelled up whenever he was making music. But he didn't let the trials and tribulations stop him, and therefore we ended up getting this masterpiece, but sad piece of a record. This is the only thing we got from Dilla while he was still alive, seeing how he passed away 3 days later from the 7th of February 2006, when this album was released. But now let's talk about the album cover. Now, some of us Dilla heads may know that Jeff Jank, shoutouts to him, from Stone's Throw actually picked out this album cover because Dilla was too ill to actually get a photo shoot for the said album. Due to this, Jeff took matters upon his own hands and searched up MED, Push, the music video which Dilla is featured in because he's one of the producers. Jeff then proceeded to take a frame of Dilla smiling with his head tilted down, the one image we all know and love today. This is saddening because even though this is added in without any intent or meaning and only for the intent of getting an album cover out, Dilla was still ill when this video was published and created, making it seem as if Dilla was just smiling through everything, ready to get back to his house to make music. The brown in the background of Dilla's presence really represents the Motown sound for me. And that smile just represents the passion that he put into his music, even if they were just simple loops. But there were also complex chops, don't get me wrong. May this man rest in peace. You will not be forgotten.
Okay, you can be let out now.
Sub-Zero? Bro, what in the...
Okay, look, I can explain. I had to hide in here, and you were just standing there while we were in war, so I brought you in here.
Brother, what do you mean we were at war? We were getting ice cream the last time I remember us being together.
You have no proof of that.
Okay, let me just show you the image from my phone.
You confiscated my phone! Gotta go.
Nah, boy, where you think you're going? Guys, see you later. Thank you for viewing this. I gotta go chase this man down and kill him.
Hey, no, where you going? You ain't leaving me yet.